Hello guys, and I am so sorry for the wait on this review. The last few weeks have just been mental for me. I've had no time to do these videos whatsoever, and I can only apologise for the wait. But we are here now, and we are talking about Halloween Kills. Now, I have to say, as you guys probably already know if you've seen my other videos, this was one of my most anticipated films of this year and last year before it got cancelled due to COVID. I was so looking forward to this movie. And I was getting a little bit worried when I started seeing some reviews coming in for this movie. Now, I don't really listen to critics anyway, but films you're looking forward to, you like to see received, well. It makes you feel a little bit better. And it was getting a few mixed reviews from critics, which was always going to be the way anyway. But then I started seeing reviews of people that are horror fans on YouTube that I quite respect their opinions, that didn't really like the movie. And I was starting to get a little bit worried. But then, on the other side of things, I was seeing a lot of people on Twitter that are horror fans and on YouTube really enjoy this film, love it. In fact, to a lot of these people, this is their favourite Halloween movie. So it gave me some kind of hope. And I was looking forward to seeing which side of the fence I would fall on. And I've seen the film 3 times now. And I think I've finally decided on where I fall, on which side of the fence I fall on with this. And unfortunately, guys, I'm really sorry to say this, I didn't like it. Now, in saying that, I don't hate the movie, and I actually don't think it's a bad movie. It just wasn't for me. There's a lot of this film I actually do enjoy, which I will get into. But for the most part, yeah, guys, it didn't tickle me pickle, as I would say, unfortunately. And maybe I went in with my hopes too high. Maybe I hyped it up a bit too much for myself, which I try not to do. But yeah, it just let me down. It really did. Now, I might get into spoilers a little bit in this review because the film's been out, 2 or 3 weeks now. So I'm going to assume if you're watching this review, guys, you've already seen the movie. If you haven't, and you don't mind spoilers, stay with me, guys. But if you do mind spoilers and you want to see the film, I would recommend turning this video off, watching the movie, and then coming back, guys. Okay, so just in case I do without realising it, but I'm just going to assume that you guys have already seen it. So, I will start with my positives with this movie. And I will have to say, I think this film is extremely well directed and it looks beautiful. There's some beautiful shots in this. And one of my favourite shots in this is when Michael Myers is coming out the burning house. And then the music kicks in. I love that shot. I just think it sets up Michael Myers in this movie perfectly. And that's another positive I'm going to get into, the character of Michael Myers. Now, I know I said in my Halloween 2018 review that he was brutal. Well, he was a pussycat in that compared to this. Jesus, honest to God, this has got to be the most brutal you will ever see Michael Myers. But I suppose with a title like Halloween Kills, he's going to be, isn't he? But Jesus, yeah, he seems more cruel in this, if that's even possible. He's just fucking everybody up. Everybody up. Anyone that crosses paths with him are dead pretty much. He kills everybody. Man, the way he takes out them firefighters. Bloody hell, man. I was going to say something there, but I'll save that for when I get into my negatives. But yeah, he's extremely cruel in this. And especially in one scene where he stabs this woman in the neck. And then as the woman's bleeding out, she can only watch as he's just trying different knives and just stabbing her boyfriend or husband in the back on the table, who's already dead, by the way. Then going back, grabbing another knife, just stabbing him through the back, then go back. And I was just sat there going, oh, just, Michael, he's already dead, man. Just leave him alone. You know, he God, yeah. And I love the guy who plays Michael Myers. And I can't remember his name. I'm so sorry. Is it Judd Courtney or something like Jude Courtney? I think he's probably the best Michael Myers we've had on screen, other than the original Nick Castle in the first one. I love the way he portrays Michael Myers. I really do. And all the other acting I thought was fine for the most part. But, oh, yes. Now I remember, and I do like the flashback scenes in this movie as well. I thought they were pretty cool. They were, you know, it was pretty smart. And it was cool to see, like, Dr. Loomis appear for a little bit as well and that. And I thought that was as well. When they went back in time, I thought that looked beautiful as well. I thought that was extremely well done, to be fair. So props for that. There is a lot to like in this movie. I just think the problem with it is in its execution a little bit. For me, the story doesn't really go anywhere. And I think that's the problem a lot of the times when you're making a trilogy, especially with a second movie. Like, I know there's going to be a third, so I know, well, I'm hoping there's going to be a massive payoff in the last one. But I think with this one, they were just pretty stuck with what to do. And it doesn't really go anywhere. And I think, like, the middle act of this film, for me, was pretty boring, to be fair. And I didn't get the whole... Well, I did get... I knew what they were trying to do, but it just fell flat for me. The whole other mental patient and everyone thinking that he was Michael Myers and they were chasing him down through the hospital and all that, and he commits suicide. I know what they were trying to say, but it didn't do anything for me. And he was so clearly not fucking Michael Myers anyway. So to me, it was just dumb. It was just stupid. Like, how you would even think that was him. If they would have got an actor or someone like that like, kind of, you know, was as tall and was as built as what Michael Myers is and whatever, and kind of moved like him a little bit, fine. I could understand that. But he's just the complete opposite of what Michael Myers is, and it just made no sense to me whatsoever. So I didn't get that at all. And, yeah... And one of my biggest negatives of this movie is the fact that a lot of people make just really stupid decisions in this. And they don't make any sense. And no one can shoot in this movie. Nobody. No one can shoot. Like when they hop back into the first movie, in the 78 movie with the sheriff. Michael Myers is pretty much there and he can't shoot him at all. And then it was the young girl in the nurse outfit trying to shoot him in the car. How she was missing him, I have no idea. And that death was so stupid, by the way. When he kicks the door and it hits her gun and spins around, she shoots herself in the face. I think that was the first time in that movie, like, my eyes just rolled in the back of my head and I just went, oh, God, what? Why? Why are people laughing at this? Do you know what I mean? This is not a comedy. You know what I mean? It just, oh, yeah. Yeah. And that's another thing as well. As brutal as Michael Myers is, why do a lot of people just stand there and just let him stab him? Like that woman that got stabbed through the neck. She just stands there. She's got a knife in her hand. At least fight. At least do something. She just accepts her fate and just gets stabbed in the neck. That's it. And then was it Little John? When you have Big John, Little John in the Michael Myers house? Does he just stand there and just let Michael Myers walk from one side of the room to the other and stab him? I'd be long gone. I'd be downstairs out the front door, gone down the street. I'm not standing there and letting him just come over and go stab, 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 stab. Get fucked. You know what I mean? And another thing as well. And I know Laurie with a voiceover tries saying about how, you know, he can't be flesh and bone and all this kind of stuff. And no, he can't be Michael Myers because how he is not dead is amazing. The punishment this guy takes in this movie. Now, I'm going to try and remember everything that happens to him. And this is on top what happens in Halloween 2018, by the way. Because it all happens in the same night. And he took a hiding in that a little bit as well. But let's see what I can remember, right? So, he gets stabbed multiple times in this movie. He gets shot multiple times in this movie. With a person that can aim, by the way. But you can't miss him from like there to there, right? He gets a bag full of bricks levered over his head twice. He gets stabbed in the back with a pitchfork, which should have gone through his head, by the way. I'll get onto that later. He gets absolutely levered by a lynch mob. Levered. You're not getting up. But he gets up. All of that happens to him. And he's still just wandering around like it's nothing. Do you know what I mean? The guy must be a robot. He's a Terminator. He's from the future sent back in time. I'm telling you, this just how this guy is walking. Yeah. I suppose how much your enjoyment of this movie is going to be is how much you can suspend your disbelief, to be honest with you. It really is. And I must admit, as I do enjoy Michael Myers in this movie, some of the times I was just thinking, how is he getting up from that? Especially when it's a Karen, when she stabs him back with a pitchfork and he falls onto the stairs. I'm pretty sure that kick to the back of the head would have pretty much broke his neck, I think. He just gets up anyway, like it's nothing. I'll walk it off. It's fine. Honestly, it was making me laugh at some points. And that's another thing as well, right? If you have a pitchfork and you've got a chance to get at Michael Myers, don't stab him in the back. Put it right through here or here. I'm pretty sure he won't get up from that. And another thing as well, after he gets levered by the lynch mob and she's just lying there, she picks up the knife. And I'm thinking to myself, if that's me, there's only one place that knife is going. That's straight through the back of the fucker's head. No, she stabs it here. Through his shoulder or his back or something. I'm just like, put it through his head. Put it through his head. And I'm pretty sure, because he gets shot in that lynch mob as well, someone's got a gun there. As he's on the floor, trying to go through his knife with his two little fingers. Gun, back of the head. Boom! Brains, gone. No more Michael Myers. Well, you'd like to think he survived everything else. But you wouldn't get Halloween Ends if that happened, would you? So, got to throw logic out the window a little bit with these movies, don't you? Yeah, but I really wanted to like this film, guys. I really did. But overall, I don't know. I just didn't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy it. I liked elements of this movie. But as a package, I wasn't a fan of it. But it hasn't diminished. I haven't said that right, have I? Diminished, sorry. It hasn't diminished my excitement for Halloween Ends. I'm still curious to see how it is all going to end and how this is going to play out. So, yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed with this one, guys. So, I'm going to give it out of 5. I'll give it a 2.5 out of 5. I can't really get it to fresh because I didn't enjoy it. But if you are like a Halloween fan, I do recommend checking this out because there are elements you will enjoy in this movie. But I just think overall, it's a letdown from what we got last time, to be honest with you. But in saying that, it's still far better than Halloween 5 and 6 and Halloween Resurrection. So, there is that. Right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me for this review. I will be reviewing the rest of the Halloween movies, as I promised at the start of October. But that's going to be going into November now. But I will get them done. And as always, guys, take care of yourselves and each other. And I'll see you again very soon. Take care, guys.